The purpose of this video is to demystify what is needed to actually do remote training. We're going to begin with the technology pieces, the peripherals or the hardware, then we will go over the supplies. Kathy, what hardware is needed to do remote training?
There are two pieces of hardware that are often used. One of them is a relatively inexpensive headset. This one is Logitech, and we prefer ones that do have a microphone, so like so. And this brand also is a USB one, so it can plug into any laptop or device that has USB ports. Similarly, we use this right here is a relatively inexpensive camera. So it's got its cable here, and it again connects to our device. We're using a laptop here via USB. So those are the two technology pieces, and then the third part of a tech kit would be a tripod or stand for the camera, the webcam you're using, the external webcam. This particular tripod connects via a clamp onto the edge of a table. There are also commonly like actual tripods as opposed to stands like this that will elevate the camera to 6 to 12 inches above the surface you're working on.
And it has to project downwards.
It does, yes. You need to have your camera recording or gathering images from below off the surface you're working from, and I'll show you why in just a moment.
And then you need an internal camera, correct? On your laptop?
Yeah, and we should note that some of the tripods have a screw base, and there are you have the ability to thread the bottom of your camera onto those screw bases, so it's quite secure. But otherwise, you might need to get out some duct tape and ingenuity to connect it to a few of them. So yes, you can notice here that we're using a laptop. It's a PC, but you can use any laptop that has both an internal camera and a microphone, which most of them typically do. And the majority of our drills can be done with just a laptop, but the external setup is important for a few of our drills for which we have the supplies over here.
Okay.
So
what do we need in the way of supplies?
So beyond the tech kit, supplies you would need from the LearningRx program, we recommend a metronome if it's an option, your deck of brain cards, a set of the 7 tangrams, and we're also sending home some laminated copies of our attention speed numbers and letters. And then with a dry erase marker, you can do this procedure at home. We also recommend that students have some scrap paper or a notebook and a thick marker like a Sharpie for doing the writing exercises. So the purpose of the tech setup is so that you can do these procedures here. One of our procedures, memory match, requires the students to look at an image and then match that image with their own cards on a grid like this. So if you turned on your camera and the student could project how they had arranged their cards on this surface here. Similarly, if they are matching a puzzle, they can arrange their tangrams here, and the camera is recording that and sending it into the Zoom meeting. And also then you can do speed circling under the camera, and they can grab their notebook and be writing and spelling here under the camera. So that is how, so you can see you need, to be comfortable, a fair amount of surface area is helpful. A good solid setup for the camera is helpful. But that's how you can arrange yourself and the things you need to be prepared for Zoom training.
And there's no software needed.
There's no software needed, correct. If you are using Zoom to conduct your training, then your trainer will simply send you an email invitation with a link to the Zoom meeting.
To your email address.
To your email address, and you do not need to create a Zoom account to join a Zoom meeting. You simply click on the link and enter, an identifier like your first name to display in the meeting, and you should be good to go. So check with your trainer for instructions on joining.
Easy peasy. And we'll include the hardware SKUs in the notes.
Yes.